and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is for the triangle stitch. It's another quite easy stitch to do but looks effective. It's also a reversible design, so if you're wanting the same pattern on both sides of a blanket or whatever it is that you're making, it will be able to be used both sides. I'm using a double knit yarn and a 5mm hook, and we're going to start by making a chain. The chain just needs to be in multiples of 2. Start as always with a slip knot onto the hook, and I'm just going to make a small swatch for the sample that I'm going to show you today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 chains, just for a small sample swatch. So into this first chain I'm going to work a single crochet, and then I'm going to do exactly the same into each chain all the way along, just working one single crochet into each stitch. So that's into the chain, pick up a loop, yarn over and through, and we just work one single into each chain across to the end. There are only 2 rows to this pattern, so once we've got this foundation row worked, you'll just have the 2 rows to learn. And there's the final single. So the first row we're going to work 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to count as a double and a chain. So we now turn the work around and work the opposite way. So we're going to work like a puff stitch, where we're just picking up loops rather than working an actual stitch. So we do the first yarn over, pull up a loop from the first stitch, into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, into the next stitch, pick up a loop. So we've now got 7 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 6 of those loops, like so, yarn over and through the other 2 loops that you've got left, chain 1. Now the next manoeuvre is going into this same chain that we did the last pick up a loop into, so we're going back into that same loop and we're going to yarn over into that loop, pick up a loop and pull into the next one, exactly the same, yarn over, pick up a loop, and again into the third stitch, yarn over, into the stitch, pick up a loop. We've got 7 loops again on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 6, yarn over and pull through 2, and then followed by a chain 1. We're going to do exactly the same all the way along the row. So yarn over into the stitch that we've just used, again pick up a loop, yarn over into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. So into that same stitch with yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop in the next stitch, yarn over, pick up a loop into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. And then again we just repeat the same, picking up the 3 loops with the yarn over in between, yarn over, pull through the 6 stitches, yarn over, pull through 2 and chain 1. You can see the patterns forming already there. Into the loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, 1 and 2 and 3, yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2, chain 1. We're now going to work just a double crochet into that last stitch there. So each side we're going to have a double at each end of each row. On the first stitch it will be the chains. So we turn over, chain 1. We're now going to do a single crochet into that same stitch there. So pick up a loop, yarn over through 2. We're now going to single crochet into each one chain space and into the top of each of the triangle stitch. So just one single and a single into the top of the stitch, a single into the chain space, a single into the top of the stitch. We'll just carry on all the way along the row. I'm just working this this sample swatch in one colour, but you could actually work the pattern into stripes, in which case I would rejoin the yarn for this single crochet row so that you've got a row of singles and then the row of the pattern in one colour, and then you would change colour for the next 2 rows. As we reach the end, we've got the 4 chains that we made as the first double and a chain. So we're going to work a single into that chain space, and then we're going to work a single into the 3rd chain of that starting stitch. So there we've got the 2 rows complete. So again we're going to go back to the first row of the pattern where we're going to work the 4 chain, and that counts as the single, the double crochet and a chain 1. And then we're going to work again into the first stitch, pick up a loop, into the second stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and into the 3rd, pick up a loop, which gives you the 7 loops on the hook, yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2 and chain 1. And then we go on to the next triangle where we're going into the same stitch that we've just used here, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop. So it's very like a puff stitch where we've got quite a lot of loops on the hook, pulling the yarn through 6, yarn over through 2 and a chain 1, and then into the same stitch again, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2 and chain 1. We're just going to work exactly the same all the way along this row. Just as long as you remember through 6, yarn over through 2, and don't forget the chain 1 in between each triangle. 1 and 2 and 3, chain 1, 1 and 2 and 3, through 2, chain 1, 1 and 2 and 3, through 6, yarn over through 2, chain 1, and then we've got the double into that first stitch. So that's completed a second row of the patterns, and then we just flip over, chain 1, single crochet into that same stitch, single crochet into the chain space, single crochet into the stitch, single crochet into the space. We just carry on exactly the same all the way across. So a nice easy pattern, and only 2 rows to remember once you've worked the foundation row. Just don't forget when you get to the end of the single crochet row that we're doing a single crochet into the chain space and a single crochet into the third chain of that starting stitch. So there we've got the triangle stitch. Just show the original swatch that I've done there. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. If you want to be notified of new videos, you can also hit the bell, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.